Well, this was a bit unexpected. While I was doing some reading on how Saturnalia was actually celebrated in the Roman Empire, I stumbled onto something that most modern comparisons to Christmas completely overlook. For reference, Saturnalia was a Roman winter festival where, for a few days anyway, the social order was flipped upside down. Gambling was allowed, elites swapped out their formal tunics for more colorful clothing, and believe it or not, slaves were permitted to joke about their masters without fear of retribution. Furthermore, some even dined at the same table with their masters or were symbolically served by them. It looked radical, it felt subversive, but it was all performance. Saturnalia wasn't about ending slavery or changing society. It was merely a carefully contained cosplay, a type of controlled chaos with a very clear expiration date. And once the festival ended, the costumes came off, all the jokes stopped, and the hierarchy snapped right back into place. And this is where Christmas makes a fundamental break in the opposite direction. Because Christmas, being an element of Christianity, was a subversive act that would defy Roman culture. It was Christianity, after all, that introduced the idea that slaves and masters were both equal before God. When the Apostle Paul wrote in Galatians 3:28 that there is neither slave nor free, for you are all one in Christ Jesus, that wasn't poetic imagery. That was an ideological hand grenade thrown right into a society built on rigid tiers. Saturnalia pretended, at least for a moment, that their hierarchy didn't exist, whereas Christianity came in and declared that it wasn't ultimate and it would change. Now it should be said that Christianity did not actually abolish slavery in the Roman Empire, but it planted the principles that eventually made slavery morally indefensible. Saturnalia said, let's act like equals, for about a week. Christianity said, well, before the Creator God, you are equals, always. So when people say that Christmas was borrowed from Saturnalia, they're confusing surface-level similarities with foundational meaning. Feasting, gift-giving, and celebrations aren't pagan property. The question is, what are you celebrating, and what story are you telling when you do it? And these two stories couldn't be more different. Saturnalia let Rome blow off steam without actually changing a thing. Christmas, however, announced the king born low, identifying with all mankind, the rich, the poor, the enslaved, and the forgotten, undermining the very structure that Saturnalia worked so hard to preserve. And again, thanks for watching, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one.